everybody, what's going on? My name is Cleanfel or Zach. Welcome to the spooky season of 2019. More specifically, welcome back to another Minecraft Snapshot video. Hope you guys are doing well today. I've got a pretty spicy video for y'all. If y'all don't know, I did the bees one, the initial bees snapshot, which was, pretty fun. But that was a few weeks ago. And since then, Mojang, of course, have been releasing snapshots as usual. But I haven't really been thinking about covering them because they're not as big. I've never been interested in doing the ones that are super small. That doesn't mean I don't like small snapshots. I enjoy them, even if they have only one or two new things, I'd like to take a look at them. But for video purposes, not too big, except when you wait a bit and just wait for that one snapshot that really tips it over and you're like, all right, let's do a video. So this is gonna be a special video as I'm gonna do a ton of snapshots, pretty much every snapshot between the last video I did. So yes, we're gonna go all the way from 19W41A all the way to 35A, which is somewhere over there. So I'm gonna do it backwards order. So if you don't want to, watch the other snapshot videos that have been around, if you just want to watch the newest snapshot stuff, I'm gonna do that first. But I'll go backwards to all the other stuff which you may have missed. Some of it, overall, it's a lot of stuff that you may not be interested in, but there's a few features you'd be like, that's pretty nice. So let's get started with 19W41A. This is the first snapshot where they really kind of go back to all the bee stuff that was initially introduced and add some more interesting things to them. First, specifically, we got the honey blocks. These guys are kind of cool. They sound weird. Anyways, the honey bottles now have a purpose. You can make these honey blocks with 4 of them, which isn't too bad. There you go. You get the glass bottles back, of course. So honey blocks are kind of like slime blocks. They have a lot of different properties. Just slime, and they're kind of unique, like slime blocks. You move really sluggish, kind of like soul sand. You can't jump very high. They're kind of interesting. So I've got a little bit of a course here to actually show off pretty much everything that they could do. So as you saw, very sticky. You can kind of hear that slime movement as well, even like the sound of them jumping. So yeah, I can't really jump to that, can't do a 1 block gap, but I can actually if you kind of sneak off the block like this. If you sneak off, there you go. You can do a hop. Pistons work on them as as you'd expect. What's actually interesting is if you are on top of a honey block and you make a piston move, you'll actually be pushed along with it. That is actually very new because most of the time when you are on a block that's going to be pushed by a sticky piston, you just end up standing on the neck of the piston. You don't actually get moved along. So that's actually a lot, some cool stuff there you can use with honey blocks. Now, this is a feature that pretty much makes them very much like slime blocks. Like I said, they move all blocks adjacent to it. So if you saw that, there you go. So I don't move if I'm standing on a honey block that's next to it, but if I'm standing on these blocks, these honey blocks here, I will be moved along its path. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, you can jump on them, move around. You just gotta be a little dainty with how they work. See, I can't really jump on that ladder unless I do a jump off of the edge. Now this is actually, in my opinion, the coolest feature about them. If you are jumping and you cling to the honey blocks as you fall, your fall will be slowed down drastically. It's like, oh, that sound. It's really cool, actually. Like you have a wall of honey you're just kind of clinging onto while you're riding down. So I think that's some actually very useful stuff with elevators and whatnot. So I'm actually pretty excited about this one. And as similar to slime as well, they kind of bop. There you go. So they cushion your fall, as I was trying to say. It's more like a bed, because like slime, when you jump onto a slime block, you bounce a bit. Beds as well, but not as much as slime. But for honey, you just fall right away. If I go into survival, They don't protect you 100%, but I mean, from a height that should kill you, which is, you know, around 24 blocks. I mean, that's definitely gotta kill me. Let's check it out. I only use 3 hearts of damage. It's kind of like having feather falling. It's a little nice. But I think I should be fine. Yeah, see? Everything's alright there. So pretty cool stuff. Another interesting thing with honey blocks is that mobs do not really like them, which kind of makes sense to me. But whenever possible, well, these skeletons are dying because it's, of course, daytime. But most of the time... Oh, no. It's supposed to be daytime there. Just get out of here. Most of the time, yeah, pigs and skeletons and whatnot will initially be stuck on them as you spawn them, but then they'll pretty much want to ignore them at all cost. See, they kind of immediately walks away. They don't like them, which I can totally get. I get you. I get it, guys. But like I said, very nice block. See, it might be a bit of a repellent block. If they really don't like them, you could use them like around your base or whatever, and you can cross it. That might be interesting to test out. I might do a. I'm gonna do a few tests after the video. Well, after I wrap up everything here, and just do some final tests on what could be possible. Hey everyone, I'm back. I just actually wanted to do one last little experiment, but this creeper is not cooperating. Let's go to the end here. Alright, so I'm just gonna head to survival mode real quick and let this boy chase me for a bit. Game mode survival. There we are. So I'm just gonna walk across this honey and see what he does. Okay. He does just walk past it. So maybe won't try interesting stuff. So it looks like what they'll do is they will not usually go onto it, but if they have to kill you, I think they're willing to do it. So their sacrifice is so brave. Anyways, some other cool stuff. You can make honeycomb blocks. That's what this is made out of. Honeycomb blocks are made out of honey blocks. Just grab 4 of them. And like so. Oh, well, it's initially bugged right now. There's a few buggy things with this snapshot. There might be a few visual glitches on how items look right now in your hand. Like there's a difference in how this looks and how that looks. Nether portal stuff. There's a few visual bugs, but they said they were going to fix it. That should be the crafting recipe for it, unless it's a 3x3. No. Alrighty, so let's see what else we got. Ooh, this is a fun one. So iron golems have a bit of regenerative powers. So we make an iron golem here, and let's just bash it a bit. Now, when you bash it, he will actually start to crack, which is pretty cool. And what you can do actually, if you, there you go, use iron to repair it. So there you go. For that, it was like 3 clicks after you get it to the second stage of cracking. I think you can go to 3. Let's try it. 1. Second stage of cracking. Alright, that's the 3rd stage. I think after that, he's dead. We can test it. I don't really want to, but yeah, that's it. So you got 3 stages of cracking before it's all over. But that's pretty cool. You can use it to just repair your iron golems, make them last forever, which I actually think is really useful. Okay, spectating. So you could do this with spectator mode, but it was always interesting that you couldn't just go right to it. So now you can. So I've got my little other account here to help out. If I do spectate their name. Oh, I'm not in spectator mode. So if I go to game mode, spectator, I can just immediately start spectating. If I go to my other, let's do this, there we go. So now I am following them pretty easy. You know, it's not latency is, you know, it's just how spectator works. It's not going to be 100% smooth, but it's pretty nice. So yeah, first person. I've always wondered why it wasn't a thing earlier, but now it is. I think you can just do it again. /spectate. Oh, can't spell. Nah, spectating. I think. Oh, I should just be go back to creative. There you go. So thank you for helping out. My other account, which is actually my brother's account. Don't tell him. Actually, I don't think he's played Minecraft in a while. Anyways, other stuff we got. Well, as you know, the Nether and the mountains. Well, it is the Nether update, but the mountains won the biome vote, so they'll be the next updated biome, which I'm very excited for. I'm currently kind of in a mountain biome, a little bit of a hilly area. I mean, yeah, and I'd really love some peaks and some really gorgeous stuff, so I'm hoping that's going to come soon. Some other stuff for 41. Now, when you did /effect clear, you would always have to put in something else, like your name, or @A, or @P. So now you could just do effect clear, and it'll just clear yourself. So see target. Okay, if I give myself effect give. So for giving, I have to do it. So I'll give myself absorption, you know, whatever, and then I'll clear it without putting my name. Pretty nice stuff. There's also copy to clipboards for the click event command blocks. I worked command blocks for a bit, and I can already tell you I don't really use click event myself, but being able to copy stuff is incredible. Apart from that, there's some bug fixes. For each snapshot, I'm just gonna show a screenshot of all the bug fixes so you can, you know, check out what you want to do. So yeah, apart from that, that's the end of the 41 snapshot, but we've got a lot of snapshots to go, so stay prepared. Oh, one last thing before I move on. It was actually honeycomb. Honeycomb is the crafting recipe. There it is. So honeycomb is the block used to make those, not honey blocks. That was my mistake on reading it. But now, honeycombs actually do have a use now. You can make some nice looking blocks, which I appreciate. I always appreciate that. Alrighty. Going back in time to 1 week ago for 19W40A. So this is the snapshot that comes after Minecon Live. So you had a feeling that there wasn't going to be too much stuff. List of bug fixes right there on the screen for you guys. But, you know, one interesting change, one notable one for sure. If I get a parrot to sit on me, hello. All right, we're going to ride on. There you have it, boys. You can now have parrot on one shoulder while riding a horse. Of course, it's a zombie horse because, you know, it's Spooktober. It's Halloween time, so you had to get it out. But this is pretty awesome. And I love the... I made this skin myself, and I really love how well it came together. The colors match very nicely. But yeah, so pretty cool. Got all your butteroos. You might have a wolf or something, but, you know. He can ride him behind. He'll catch up. He's got teleportation powers. So you already want to go back to over there? Alright, we can go back. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Alright. Unnamed parrot. If you name it, you get too attached to it, and you don't want to see it go. But if you leave it unnamed, it should be fine. Alright. Whew. Not a big snapshot, but overall, pretty fun. Well, well, well. You know, you already knew with all the messages I was telling you guys at the start of this video. Not every snapshot is created equal, so this one pretty much had nothing except for technical changes. This was the snapshot the day before Minecon Live, so they were just working on getting all the bugs out. And I actually really appreciate snapshots that focus on bugs. Gotta get those bugs out, man. Even though the bees are a bug and they're here to stay, but it's whatever. Anyways, this basically just changed how some certain textures were stored, like chests, banners, certain parts of the Ender Dragon, and the enchanted like item tint, or glint as they call it. That's an interesting word for it, but just different ways to store that stuff. And also for NVT editors, they added stored variants as well. Just different ones. You could take a look at that. I'll show that and the bug fixes for the snapshot on the screen now, but there's not much else to say. I'm sorry, 39. Weren't that special, huh? That's all right. We all love you anyway. But who could forget 19W38B/A? B was released because there was a game-breaking bug in A, so they had to make a new one really quick. It fixed one bug that would crash the game. So now we have B/A. A itself was kind of the same as 39, 19W39, where it just basically had more storage for certain commands and better parameters and predicates for when using certain commands. And again, I got a whole list of commands that they updated. You can check all that out. Not too many bugs is fixed. This is focusing on command stuff, but again, you can check all that stuff out. I'll also probably be posting the Reddit threads in the description as well if you want to get more technical with all the stuff that they changed. But for now, another measly little snapshot. Well, I guess two in that case. Whew. It's getting out of hand. Now there's two of them. Alright, I'll admit we did a little bit of a speed round for all these others, but for this one I'll take my time. It's got some interesting things. 37A, how you doing? I can't really see you with the sun like that. Can we just time set 6,000 please? I will greatly appreciate it. There we go, a little better. 37A has got some interesting stuff. First off, boats. What are they good for? Smelting stuff. They actually now can actually smelt stuff. They can smelt up to 6 blocks, which is actually pretty awesome. I really like this. It's not efficient because if you used wooden planks, you could just do 4 to get 6 stuff smelted, and this is made out of 5. But hey, if you have a use for, if you have so many boats, you know, didn't know what to do with, well, now you know what to do with them. And if you're wondering if they work on smokers and blast furnaces, of course they do. So 6 stuff, pretty nice. I don't know. I appreciate it, so I hope you guys do too. While they're cooking away, another thing that has to do with cooking and fire, with campfires, you can now actually put them out with a bit of a shovel, just like that. It actually does leave behind, you know, the wood and stuff. And then you can go ahead and grab a flint and steel when you need to. It still has the smoke coming out, which I think is a little bit of a bug. But there you go. You can relight it and put it out just like that. Pretty nice. Thanks for the cooked pork chopping gold. I'll put that in there. Anyways, yeah, we'll light it back up. There you go. Anyways, some other stuff. Ooh, now I was hoping if there's a chance that we could actually see this happen, I wouldn't have to go out my way to find it, but naturally spawning animals that are breedable can now spawn babies when they initially spawn. So I don't think I have any here. Well, mobs that have been here for a bit have definitely grown up if they were babies, because I was in this chunk for a while. We may have to explore a bit later on, but babies can now spawn with, you know, a herd of animals spawning in, like a herd of pigs, flock of sheep, etc., etc. I've been noticing though, why are sheep staying on dirt blocks for so long? Is that just me? I've been noticing that. I don't know. Bugs, man, you gotta love them. Gotta love them in this snapshot. Alrighty, we'll move on over to the other stuff that we've got in this snapshot. Okay, so this is one that, again, more technical stuff. You changed enchantments, so it's like you have, for item predicates in the advancements, you have enchantments, and then you have stored enchantments. So stored enchantments are for the books, and enchantments are just ones you get on your weapons and stuff. So again, that's technical stuff. I'll put images on the screen. Bam, bam, bam. There's bugs. There's other stuff. You might be interested in that. I've always been one to leave out the buggy stuff, but I've always been one to talk about the technical stuff, even if I'm not experienced enough to really give my expert opinion on how I feel about some of them. But overall, I think they're pretty nice. And this is a weird one. Blocks that you could place on the farmland that wouldn't break it, you can now push onto it like a piston. So common example is end rods. So you can't, there you go. And if you place the end rod in farmland, because it's the way it is, it will hover above it and not be placed right directly on it. So I don't know. I saw someone make a really interesting farm, like auto farmer, that would just move across a line of farmland. I'll put that video in the description. You want to check that out? That was really cool. So this might be some use cases for an auto farmer, because people have been making farms, but they'd have to re-hoe it every time. But this one might be a little different. So that's pretty cool, I think. Alrighty. I think that's about it for 37. We've got 2 more snapshots to go, ladies and gents. Let's get on to them. This next snapshot doesn't really add anything new, but it brings a lot of stuff to Java that wasn't here in the past. What am I talking about? Well, of course, I'm talking about them bringing Bedrock Edition mechanics over to Java. And I really like this because I never appreciated... okay, let me try to rephrase this. Delete what I said there. I like that Bedrock and Java and Education Edition and 360, that is Bedrock, Windows 10 Edition. All these different editions they're kind of taking their own path and taking their own Minecraft path with how they're putting updates out there. And I like that some of them have unique stuff, but I do like when they collide and we get some awesome stuff in the main Java edition that were from other editions. So this is all from Bedrock. If you have a bed, right, but it's daytime, you can't go to sleep now. But even if you do, if you right click, see, I got my little thing there. I'm just gonna quickly die in lava. Thanks, lava. I appreciate you. Boom! I spawned up my bed. What? But I didn't sleep in it. Well, it doesn't matter now. So even if you just right click on it, boom, your spawn is set. I wish there was some kind of text that would tell me that. Like down here, like you can only sleep at night during thunderstorms, but it says your spawn was set, Something like that would be nice. But I am super pumped about this one. This is an awesome feature that I wish they brought sooner, but here we are. Bells now have redstone signals. People are going to get super annoyed by this. Oh gosh, I can just see the clocks, the infinite redstone clock that just constantly ticks a bell. Man, that's not fun. Anyways, now we got some game rule changes, game rule additions. So do insomnia. You didn't just see anything there, but I just set game rule do insomnia to true. I'll set the command block output to true, just so you can see it. So just so you know, I'm not lying. What this does is this makes it where phantoms will not spawn if I have it set to false. So if I have insomnia off, then it won't count how long I haven't slept. So no phantoms will ever spawn. So if you hated those guys, well, there you go. And that's the default one, setting it to true. But hey, if you don't want those, I think it's pretty nice. Also, if you don't want to have that respawn tick, that respawn, little menu when you die, you can just, turn it off or turn it on. Do immediate respawn is where you turn it on. So what I want to do is, if I just want to do a little bit more of some, I was stuck in a loop of going back and forth there. If I was to do another bit of a lava bath here. Boom! I just didn't even press respawn because it did it for me. Pretty cool. A few other things. We'll do fall damage first. So if you set fall damage to false. I'm surprised this wasn't in before. If you set fall damage to false, you'll never take any damage. If you set fire damage to off, I'll set fall damage back to true, but I'll turn fire damage off. Boom. Now lava is not affecting me. And then we'll go ahead and quickly set up drowning, which might take a little bit, but I didn't do this earlier because I'm just me. So I'm just gonna chill in a little bit of a water pocket for a bit. Hope you're all doing well. If you are enjoying this, please let me know by leaving a like down below. Would really appreciate it. So thank you guys for all the support. If you're wondering where I've been, I'll probably update. My next video will be a bit of an update there. I didn't set it to. Hold on, here we go. I'm gonna set it to false. I was gonna set it to false before I died because I accidentally set it to true. Y'all are telling. No, let's do immediate respawn. I want this one. Y'all are probably telling me that. Yo, you didn't turn it off. You just turned it on. All right, this true and false stuff is confusing me, right? Because immediate respawn, I needed true on to test the new feature. But for drowning damage, I needed it off. And there you have it, folks. No bubbles, no damage. Pretty nice. Just in the nick of time. Thank you, weather. Let's see, another new thing is dispensers will now dispense fireworks in the direction that they're launched. They look weird. Again, it's more visual bugs that you'll just have to deal with and will be fixed later. But, you know, the default, you can go sideways, you can go up, you can go down, you can go any which way. So if you're in some kind of tight hallway, you could just have 100 dispensers fire fireworks right at you. That'd be pretty nice. A few other things. Oh, hello, skill. There's a few other things that are added to Snapshot besides the Bedrock edition stuff. Is that they'll publish some official maps for modding purposes. So I just really like that, getting with the modding community a bit more. So just makes it a little nicer. The free to use maps. Also, honey bottles got a nerf in the Snapshot. They used to heal 3 legs. That's what I call it. You know, 6 hunger, but now they only heal 2 hunger, which is 1 leg. So a big nerf, which is interesting, but it's whatever in the end. One final update for this one. Oh yeah, the Nether animation is so glitched right now. It gives me a headache. Anyways, yeah. Look, if you wondered where the sign was, there it was. One last update. This is a good one, boys. Hate wet sponge, right? Got to put it in a furnace always to make it dry again. Well, now you can just place it in the furnace. Not the furnace. Well, I guess the Nether is technically a giant furnace, but there you go. Now I have wet sponge and sponge. Boom. Just like that. See, the breaking animation is also kind of glitched. You see this? I don't know what that was, but boom. Now I have sponge and wet sponge. So if you ever need to get your wet sponge back to normal, just go ahead and pop it in the Nether. Pretty spicy. What is that animation? Oh my gosh. All right, I'm just gonna grab the water, and we're gonna go. I'm done with that. Whew. All right, ladies and gents, we got one more to go. And well, folks, as they say, all good things must come to an end at some point. Well, and you know, not even good things, just bad things, all kinds of things. It all ends. But you gotta have fun while you are here. So let's finish it off right with 19W35A, the snapshot that came right after. Hey, what's up, dude? Pretty cool. Anyways, so this is 35A, the snapshot right after the bees update. These are not naturally spawning. I put these here because bee nests were made a lot harder in this snapshot. Thank you, water. They were made a lot rarer to find and had a little bit more of like a parameter for how they could spawn. So they're definitely a lot tougher to find, which is why I just put some bees down and spawn my own in. But they're still as plump as ever, and they still do all the sorts of stuff. They actually try to avoid water. I mean, you can't really see it, but I mean, when I spawn them, they immediately get out of the water, and I don't think they appreciate it that much. This one I actually think is stuck. Oh, that sucks. I wonder if they actually drown. Oh, they do. Alright, you're good. Whew, yeah, dang. Who knew? So yeah, whenever they can, they try to avoid the water, but they might get stuck in it still. Looks like I've got some honey I need to harvest. Let me just get a bottle. Oh, sorry. I just wanted a little bit of honey. I can now use this to make a honey block. Any other updates? Well, the beehives themselves are pretty similar. They pretty much haven't changed much at all. The bee nests themselves haven't had any more added functionality. Man, you gotta love it. Weather just keeps on coming down. Fixed a few bugs. You can see them right here. And then one last update. I guess the villager or wandering traders here to help me test it. If you have a villager, I need to make a bed for this. Villager, and I'll just go ahead and time set midnight. Yeah, he's got to go invisible. If you have a villager, yeah, look how glitched this is. Why are the zombies glitched? Oh, there's a lot of visual bugs right now. Just bear it with them. All right, before the zombies attack them, look at this. Bam. I just kicked you out. Now you're gonna die. Okay, no, just kidding. I will save you. Time set noon. But if you have a village farm that you kind of live in, half don't, what you can do is you can just kick out the villagers. If they're sleeping in one of your beds, just kick them out. All right. These guys look weird. The bees are still chilling out, so I'm just gonna let them do their thing. But that is about it. Man, my throat hurts. I've been talking for a while, but this was really fun to do and fun to make. So again, in the description I will have all the different types of videos and stuff. So description below has all the info, Reddit posts, Mojang posts, anything I missed. So if you enjoyed this Snapshot video, please let me know by leaving a like down below and checking out more Snapshot videos that I've been done in the past. Again, I have made a goal. I want to try to do all of the snapshots for 1.15, so I really know what is expected to come of this new update. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got Nether, a whole new Nether to check out. We've got a mountain biome that might be getting a nice fresh coat of paint later on. A bunch of new stuff, maybe more bee functionality, but for now, my name has been Cleanfel or Zach. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.